Let's be honest, we're all drowning in information these days, but are we any wiser for it? Numbers are thrown at us constantly, but what do they actually tell us? If you've ever looked at a spreadsheet or a report and just felt completely lost, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down 3 super simple tools that can help anyone, and I mean anyone, find the hidden story inside the numbers. So, let's make this real for a second. Imagine you're a teacher and you've just graded 64 tests. Your friend comes up and asks, "Hey, how'd the class do?" What's your answer? I mean, are you seriously going to stand there and read out 64 different scores? No way, right?
Exactly. You would put them right to sleep. Listing off a bunch of numbers isn't just boring, it's totally useless. It doesn't give anyone a real feel for how the class actually performed. It's just noise.
And that really gets to the heart of the matter. Raw data by itself is a mess. It's all over the place. So to make any sense of it, our very first job is to find its center. Think of it like finding the data's center of gravity, that one single point that can bring a little bit of order to all that chaos.
Now, the official fancy term for this is measures of central tendency. But don't let that big name scare you, okay? The idea is incredibly simple. We're just looking for one single value that can pretty much sum up the whole set of data. It's the number that tells the story for the entire group.
And the great news is, we don't have to go searching for this center point all on our own. We've got 3 amazing tools ready to help us out. You can think of them as our 3 statistical heroes, and each one has a special power for cutting through all that noise. So, you ready? Let's pull back the curtain and meet these 3 heroes. We're going to get to know their personalities, what they're good at, and maybe even more importantly, where they fall a little short. And here they are, our 3 musketeers of data. First, we have the mean. We'll call him the average Joe. Then there's the median, our trusty middleman. And last but not least, the mode, aka the popular one. And trust me, these nicknames aren't just for fun. They're the perfect way to remember what each one actually does. All right, first up is the mean, our average Joe. This is the one we all know and, well, remember from school. You just add up all the numbers you have, and then you divide by how many numbers there are. Simple, classic, and gets the job done. This pizza analogy makes it crystal clear. Picture this. 5 friends go out. They share a pizza, and the bill comes to 1,000 rupees. The mean, or the average, is 200 rupees each. That one number, 200, perfectly sums up what the group spent. See? Easy. But here's the catch with average Joe. He can get pushed around really easily by extreme values, what we call outliers. So what happens when your data isn't so neat and balanced? Well, that's when we need to call in our next hero. When things get a little weird, we call on the median, the middleman. The median's power isn't about adding and dividing. Nope, it's all about position. You just line up all your numbers in order, from smallest to largest, and whatever number is sitting right smack in the middle, that's your median. It literally splits your data in half. Okay, look at this. This salary example is where the median becomes a total superhero. You've got a few normal salaries and then bam, one person makes 5 crores. The mean gets totally thrown off. It says the average is over 1 crore, but the median, it just looks for the middle number, which is 25K. Which one feels more honest about what people are actually making in this group? It's the median, hands down. So the big lesson here is this. The mean is easily fooled by those crazy high or low numbers. The median, though, it's tough. It doesn't get pushed around. So when your data is skewed and you need a realistic center point, the median is definitely the hero you want to call. And finally, let's bring in our third hero, the mode, or the popular one. This one might just be the easiest of them all. The mode is simply the value that pops up the most often in your list of data. That's it. Whatever you see the most, that's your mode. Just think about it from a business point of view, like a shoe store. The owner doesn't really care about the average shoe size sold. What they need to know is which size sells the most so they can make sure to have plenty in stock. And looking at these sales, size 8 is the runaway winner. That's the mode, and for this store, it's probably the most important number they have. And that's exactly why the mode is such a rock star in the world of business and marketing. It totally cuts through the clutter and tells you one simple, powerful thing. What's popular? It directly answers that million-dollar question, what do my customers want? Okay, so we've met our 3 heroes, mean, median, and mode. But just like with any superhero team, the real magic isn't just knowing who they are, it's knowing who to call for a specific situation. So now we get to the really important part, how to choose the right tool for the job. And here it is, your ultimate cheat sheet. So if your data looks pretty balanced, no crazy high or low numbers, go with the mean, our average Joe. If you've got those extreme outliers that are messing everything up, you absolutely want the median, the middleman. And if your goal is just to find out what's the most common or popular thing in your set, then it's a job for the mode, the popular one. So, the next time you're faced with a wall of numbers, don't just see a mess, see an opportunity. Remember our three heroes. They aren't just boring math formulas. They're the keys that unlock the story hidden inside the data. Because you should always remember, behind every single set of numbers, there's a story just waiting to be told.